Buenos días, estudiantes. Me llamo Señora L y hoy vamos a practicar con los colores. Today, we are going to practice with the colors. And my name is Señora L. So these are the colors that we will be using today. And we are going to be making a color wheel and also un arco iris, focusing on the primary, secondary, and complementary colors with an arco iris, or a rainbow. So, but first off, as we create our color wheel, we're going to begin with, so if I can get it out of there, Negro. Now, of course, in color theory, Negro is both the combination of all colors and also the absence of all colors. So it's a great place to start. So we'll take a teeny tiny bit of paint and begin en el centro, in the center. And that's with our Negro. And then next, we're going to be looking at our first primary color, Rojo. Repite, Rojo. Now I don't need a lot of paint, just a little bit. And with this, we will begin our color wheel. Con un punto, with a little point right there. And as we write Rojo, R-O-J-O. Next up, for our secondary color, is going to be Amarillo. Yet again, just un poquito of the paint. And in our color wheel, with our primary colors, we're actually going to make a triangulo, or a triangle. So with Amarillo, repite, Amarillo. Amarillo. And our tercer color, our third primary color, is going to be Azul. And our color wheel, Azul, will complete our initial triangulo, or triangle. Azul. And I never realized how hard it is to write with paint until now. So here are our primary colors, Rojo, Azul, y Amarillo. And they make, in our color wheel and our círculo, a triangle. But now what happens when we combine these colors together? Por ejemplo, if we look at el combinación, or la combinación, de Rojo y Amarillo. So if I take a little bit of paint from each, and I mix them together, what color do you think we might make? In Spanish, it's actually a very long word. So I'm going to say it a few times just so we can practice. But it is Anaranjado. So that is Anaranjado, or orange. I apologize, I am left-handed, and so I'm completely blocking the word right now, but hey, it happens. Anaranjado. That is the mix, or the secondary color made when we combine the primary colors Rojo y Amarillo. Next up if we, of course I need a little bit more paint here, but if we want to combine Amarillo y Azul, well, that's going to make our secondary color. And of course, it all depends on how much of each primary color we use. If we were to use lots of Azul and only un poquito de Amarillo, well, that would change our point. But right now we're in el centro. And we make Verde, green, mi color favorito. And there's our Verde. Next, we're going to look at la combinación, excuse me, entre Rojo y Azul. The combination of Rojo and Azul, or red and blue, together. So I'm going to take my red, if I can actually get it on the paintbrush, and I'll take my blue and mix them together. And what's great is you can do mixing colors with anything, not just paint. It can be crayons, chalk, watercolors, pencils, all sorts of cool stuff. So, and of course this is the actual paint itself. Between Rojo y Azul, and it is called Morado. Repite. Morado. Morado. And just like I said before, Morado you can make in different hues or different darknesses or lightnesses, depending on what colors, what shades of Rojo or Azul you use to make it. Same with Anaranjado y Verde. Now let's look at the complementary colors. Complementary are the opposites of each other. So for example, if we were going to look at Morado, well, we know Morado is going to be el opuesto, or complementary to the color that is opposite on the wheel. So that is going to be que? Amarillo. So on our color wheel here, Morado y Amarillo son complementary, which means they literally bring out the best in each other. Which is why maybe you might have seen some sports teams that might have orange and yellow, or orange and gold, or excuse me, purple and yellow, or purple and gold combined together. And so of course now we have Verde is complementary a que? Rojo, muy bien, excelente. So Rojo y Verde son opuestos, or complementary. There might be a certain holiday that might use lots of Rojo y Verde because they look so good together. And finalmente, the next complementary color group that we look at is Anaranjado y finalmente Azul. And when you look up color wheels, it is incredible how many combinations and different colors you can make just by moving around the wheel. So like an orangey red, or purplish red, or deep dark purple, teal, like a lime green. Just the possibilities are endless. Or like a sunset orange, all created with the primary and secondary colors. All together. Yep. Now here is another way that we can look at the colors. And this is what we commonly, refer to in nature and English is a rainbow. But there are lots of different ways to make a rainbow. And this is one of them. Vamos a empezar con rojo. I'm just going to start with a little point of red rojo. Y vamos a continuar con anaranjado. And I like to put them right close to each other because then you'll see how we blend them in a minute and they'll, kind of blend together pretty well. Next is Amarillo, our yellow. So we have Rojo, Anaranjado, Amarillo. And when we start to look at the order of the colors, we see that they actually blend together in nature, just like we did in the color wheel, where you have primary, then a secondary, then a primary, and then a secondary color. So now we have Verde y Azul. And there's indigo, of course, that deep, beautiful blue, y morado. So we have rojo, anaranjado, amarillo, verde, indigo, azul, y morado. Now with this, I could use my paintbrush and spread it around, or I could use a different technique. I actually took, I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to write out the words Arco y Gris en los colores. So we have A, R, having trouble with my paintbrush now. C, en amarillo. O. Now the term arco actually comes from Latin and before then ancient Greek, because of course we're looking at an arc, which we see in geometry. And iris, well, that also comes from Latin and ancient Greek. We talk about the iris, or that color of our eye. Iris is color. Y finalmente, negro. So, tenemos nuestro arco iris. And now for that technique I was telling you about. If you take a piece of cardboard or a piece of hard paper and fold it in half so that you make what's called a straight edge. Take it to your paint, nice and tight so it's fully on the paper, and then here we go. Probably could have been a little tighter on my rojo there, but there is our arco iris, a rainbow. I'm gonna fill in my rojo there a little bit, so it kind of looks a little better. But there are todos los colores en nuestro arco iris, all the colors in our rainbow. And of course, there's lots of different ways to make rainbows, but this is my favorite. So we have our rojo, anaranjado, amarillo, verde, azul, morado. Nuestro arco iris. And of course, hay otros colores. So there are a few more colors we want to look at. Plateado, silver, and Dorado, gold. Now, of course, we think of plata as the metal silver and oro as the metal gold, but plateado and dorado are the colors. And our last three colors, after we add these, are blanco, white, negro, and gris, gray. Thank you so much for checking out our videos. If you would like to see more of our Spanish educational content, please feel free to check here, or here, or subscribe below here. Gracias and hasta luego.